All right, folks. Hey, good afternoon. Welcome on back here. This is Monday, December 22nd. Great to have all of our students and members back here live inside our trading room. Brian, Leda, Wendy, you got Bill, Brad, got a bunch of us here just joining us back inside our live trading room here. Should be good to go for all of us, though. And with that, keep in mind, we do have our phase 2 course coming on up this afternoon. So give me a quick bit, but here we are. I'll just post the link coming up here down below if you're a silver student or above, just still inside our live trading room for the time being. You have access to the phase 2 stock course that'll be separately in our education room. Here we go. Posting this up here just for all of our students right now. Brian, Leda, Kathleen, you got Albert here, you got Frank here, Kevin, Phil, a few more of us that have access later on today, the phase 2 stock course coming on up. But with that said, though, you know why you're here, you know why I'm here. Let's just go right through our watch list for the afternoon, especially on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, etc. Just popping up lower left. Just if you haven't followed or subscribed yet to our channel, just please do so at Cyber Trading U. We run this meeting every day, 2:30 Eastern, Monday to Friday. But let's see, what do we got here to begin this afternoon meeting so far? Because SIDU, just to show the stock on the screen here, what a trade! What a trade from the morning session that we had here. We covered this from head to toe in our workshop that we conducted earlier today too. Not much more needs to be said about that move at this point, but can it make one more breakout for the end of the day? I mean, anything could happen. Don't get me wrong, but this thing was 85 cents a share back Thursday last week, and here we are now. It was over 250. So it's very possible that this here is the top of the roller coaster. It's still kind of holding support, though. I mean, even this last wick, it just bounced off of it right now. So can we come back to it by the end of this meeting? Yes, we can come back to it. It's still very tradable. Just need good direction. Just need good direction on this trade, and then we'll focus more on it. But let me just go right here. Jack this up if I may. We'll just figure anything out moving up, down, left, right. Typically more than 5%. We'll take a quick look here. So I know Andrea was in and out of this FJet trade just before another space stock, much like the SIDU. Sidus Space FJet is Star Fighters Space Inc. Listen, I have no idea what they do, who they are, what they're about, what planet they're exploring, what type of space they're doing. I'm no astronaut. But with that in mind, we trade the trend, we trade at least the levels. This is not easy, though. This has a pretty big spread, pretty thin order book. But I'm just saying, with respect to the trend, and if the stock can keep nipping and testing resistance, that leads to at least a better thought behind continuation. So done a great move today already. It's up a lot percentage-wise, and it's an IPO back from last week. Just first days were just like last week at some point. Listen, I can put it on our list here too. Just I want to focus on something even more tradable, something safer even. So I like the trend. Just the order book kind of stinks, and more often than not, the IPOs, more often than not, they just tank right away. So this, I know it popped up here, but that's not to say it can't just tank right back down tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, etc. Whatever. Today's Monday, so I guess tomorrow, Tuesday. I digress. We can keep going though here though at this point. We'll just go across the percent gainers and losers list to build up our watch list for the afternoon. So SIDU, I'd said I'd come back to this at the end. Just kind of pulling back right now. Not really as confident in it now as I was in the morning. So HYMC, gold and silver mining stock, ended up having a good push up earlier today. Again, same deal though. Not really near at the highs right now. Had a great day today. Very strong swing trade stock of late, at least here. Let's see, just taking a look. The last real peak that it had, you could probably just go into these three wicks. 1, 2, 3, albeit this is going to be your real like top to work with there. But yeah, I mean, it got close enough. And today's only Monday, so this might just peel back down anyway before the end of this week. If anything, this may take a couple weeks for this to pan out, for it to break higher and then pull back finally from that point. Either way you cut it, for this afternoon recently, lower high, broke a local support there, and not as inclined to focus on it now. CJet, or not CJet, geez, I'm mixing up FJet and CMCT. CMCT here, this thing just bounced off where we had a resistance just a moment ago. Kind of similar with the FJet and the SIDU. I'll come back to it at the end if we need to there. VELO, kind of a thin book. This one I wasn't really a fan of early in the morning in pre-market. So I didn't really call it out as much. Add a couple of pops to it from there, but so did men's, and look at where it's at now. So this at least had better volume on the order book at the time in which we were trading it. Great move. Reversed even a little bit after that illustrious 10:30 reversal time. So it gave you more than what you were really looking for, not just in relation to the price, but in relation to the time. And with that, well, the same result happened. It still reversed, still made lower highs and then a lower low. So I'm done with that for now. AZI, been done with this. Ooh, hello. CETX. Oh yeah, nice bid right here. 24,000 share bid roughly right there at 296, 295. All right, we got one. We got one here, folks. CETX. Don't mind if I do. Nice little pop right now. Maybe news even came out on it just before, perhaps. This stock, well, it needs good news. It needs more than just good news. It needs a prayer because this thing has been down for quite some time. Big drop off, got crushed from last year. So, hey, if the stars align, it could be a good short squeeze. Definitely good timing running into it now. And for now, it has good volume out there. So, yeah, definitely timely move for right now. We'll see if there's a lot more to it from here, though. Ooh, AAOI, nice little push up for this one. I remember this one because for any of my longtime students that were with us back in like 2017, 2018, 2019, even you could say, but this stock AAOI, I was using this as a model to base out a trade on AMD because it's a whole thing. But we've traded the stock AAOI in the past 2016, 2017, made this big short squeeze up at the time. But like all short squeezes, they end up kind of falling apart shortly afterwards, no pun intended. It's a short squeeze because the shorts get squeezed out, but the short squeeze technically is only for a short amount of time. And again, no pun intended there. That's just the nature of the beast. So up, down, and it's had a couple of like fractional type of moves right there, like it had back in 21, or like it had back in 17, I should say there. Like here back in November of 24, very similar up and down type of move. But since has recomposed and gained back up here and moved back up, it looks like it could be a decent swing trade over time. Higher lows, higher highs going into last year into this. Good move for today. Order book could be better, but we'll add it. AAOI on here. Actually, I really like it. Just see if over time there, if it becomes as good of a swing trade to break a higher high. UMAC, skimpy order book. I like the little pop here just now. This thing has also been a tease. This UMAC stock, I think they have to do with Trump and maybe Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken. It had like one pop and then pulled back just obviously afterwards. This is not a great swing trade yet, but maybe as a day trade, it could be worth our time. I'll add it for now. Definitely the best one on our list so far that I feel is the CETX. This one's not bad either. IVVD, good spread, good orders out there across all sides. $3 and 295 put together should be a resistance. Another one that I'll add. All right, so we got a few here that we're adding to our watch list. We're building up our list now. KULR, kind of flat, kind of done with that one for right now. All right, so a little divergence here, at least between Rigetti, RGTI. It had a good morning, not really doing as much now. The QBTS, though, seems to be holding better near its highs here. So maybe a bit stronger for today. We'll see if there's more to it than just that, but I'll kind of just select the QBTS more than anything. It's not like all the quantums we're going to focus on, but QBTS in particular. Hut at the high of the day too. Anna must be doing pretty good on her trade right there. She was at least asking about it earlier, and we talked about the Hut trade before. RZLV a little slow here. I think there's a chance for this to try and break out. If not today, maybe tomorrow. Keep it on your side list for this week. Another one I'll come back to if we need to at the tail end. But NFCC or NFGC, dyslexia there. Another gold mining stock, I'm sure. But good push just now here, right? Kind of slow, kind of steady. Amy, not bad. I'm just going to cherry pick, honestly, at this point, a couple of these that just selectively look good. RCAT, not bad at all. I like that. We'll add the RCAT there. Kind of a drone stock, autonomous drone type of stock play there. Poet, we've done really well on. I do like the stock. Is it going to really make this better, higher high before the end of the day? Kind of seems a little stagnant, but we like that stock a lot. Hertz, pretty close to the highs here. I forgot when I was focused on Hertz as a potential swing trade. I forgot my timeline here. It was somewhere around here. I see something brewing on Hertz, and I still see the same exact thing that I saw previously, just that this continued this trend of lower highs perfectly on the trend line here. In due time, this will be broken, I feel. But for today, maybe it gets up there before the end of the week. Not a bad day trade setup for right now, Hertz. IO and Q not bad today. A lot of stocks performed well today, folks. Just are they going to make that big, illustrious higher high, that run that we want to see before the end of it all? So IOVA, this one actually we were a fan of. Yeah, we were a fan of this thing around like 255-ish, $2.55 roughly. Just good level. More or less 250, 255. Over it here today. It's already a decent amount over it, but there's a potential short squeeze brewing on this one, I feel. So I don't mind giving this another look. IOVA, we'll put it on the back side of our list for now, but everything else, not really. I mean, kind of stagnant. We've seen that trade better. Not having a bad day. We've also seen that trade a little bit sharper, trade a little bit better. All right, that's fine, folks. Hey, if there's anything else looking good, up, down, left, right, more than 5%, you let me know. But we're probably going to go back to the gainers list anyway, do second round, last call, basically, and go from there. But just if there's anything that I'd missed that you want me to look at just early, let me know here in the chat, and I'll get to you afterwards. A lot of inverse ETFs here down because a lot of the equities are up. DJT took a hit here, at least. That possibly could be a short, but see if there's anything as good, if not better. Cole's not doing too good on the, doing good on the downside. Good short there today. Carvana at the low of the day there. Macy's dropped off. A couple familiar names, but nothing I'm really, chomping at the bit to try and short for this afternoon. BMNR actually wouldn't be so bad. That wouldn't be such a terrible one. Oh, I forgot to go over this today in Traders Talk. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to save it. So, point being, I'm not a fan of their CEO. The main guy on the TV. Right there, Tom Lee. Not a fan of that guy. Have not been for a little while, but whew, I mean, I'll go through that more probably tomorrow there if I can, if I got time. Nike, not a bad short for this one. Nike's down only 2%, but we've been waiting for this to drop lower and lower to get down towards this $52 price for next support. So Fausto was saying he might be a buyer around 52. In order for it to get to 52, then this could potentially be a great short down there from 57. Not down 5% or more, but good enough for us as a short here. I'll take it. From Mike here, brief, did I check out Lunar? Another space stock, right? So listen, when RKLB is getting pretty up there in price and ASTS is getting even more up there in price, not even us, not even just Mike and me and Brian and Lita, and I'm talking about 99% of the people in the stock market, retail traders, they're going to try and focus on something cheaper. So at least with that, LUNR has been getting a little bit more steam from last week into this week, broke above resistance here. So it's a great trade. Actually, yeah, I'll put this on our list for now, Mike. It meets everything that we look for in a stock right now at this time. So nice move, good order book. Little resistance at 1650, but remember, this trend is beautiful going up here, just cracked resistance. So I would not be expecting any sort of sharp reversal. It might exhaust out for a little bit. Maybe this could be your next resistance all the way up top at like 1730, maybe. That's a thought. So a really good call actually there, Mike. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do round two slash like last call, as we had said. F Jet back on the up and up. I think I did put that on our list at the end of it all. Did I? No, I did. F Jet. I mean, just great chart. The order book stinks, but if anyone's in from a lower price, I'm rooting you on. If you're not in from a lower price, I don't just suggest to just jump in. This thing will likely get halted on the way down before the end of the day. So, no, we'll put it on our list for now because hey, the trend is still intact. But I'd rather us focus more on the CETX, the AAOI. I mean, even RCAT and QBTX. Those are two stocks normally on our side list that are having a great day. We have them on our special list here for this afternoon. So this thing's hanging on by a thread. And you know what? Yeah, I'm going to put this on our list for right now, too. The CMCT. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, also shame on you. Right. And what I mean by that is I haven't jumped into this since pre market here. I went break even on this trade in pre market on tiny size, but I haven't touched it since. This could be as good of an opportunity than ever because resistance flipping into support. So, more for that reason, I'm going to just put this on the backside of our watch list for now. And tell you, I think I like what we got now at this point. We got a pretty damn good list here already. You Amy, familiar name. I said I'd come back to that perhaps. RZLV dumping off. RZLT was in Thomas, kind of holding here. Poet, kind of lower highs. It looks like that's done for right now. All right, you know what, folks? I like what we got here heading into the afternoon, so we're going to call it as is. Real quick, who's going to be joining me in class this afternoon? Phase 2, Lesson 10. We're going to be going over volume as we did in our previous class, but more, hopefully, pertaining to the short side. I mean, that's the intent of our class this afternoon, but if we're in an up market, it might be tough to force it. We'll have to go back to last week and a couple of trades from there, but maybe a couple of good trades that we could tail or just shadow live heading into the afternoon. Bunch of us joining me. Perfect. Phil, Bill, Sandy, Farzad, Dave, Lee, Bill, Sharon, Tim, Day. There we go. Looking forward to seeing you folks in class. If you want to learn more about our curriculum, if you don't have access yet to the intermediate course that we offer, the Phase 2 stock course, make sure that you talk to your education advisor. They're the intermediary between you and Fausto, you and myself. They'll be able to break down any questions, at least, that you may have and go over what each program entails. But with that, though, folks, for most of our students here, I look forward to seeing you in class. Real quick housekeeping note. If you are not joining me in class, remember, Rich is out. He does a lot of the, as I like to say, the dirty work, but here he tags in for me when I do coaching, when I do private coaching or group class with our students. He's out today. He's out this week. So keep in mind, just no audio today from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern today. Obviously, we'll have the screen sharing. And if you're not joining me in class, then feel free to type away. Feel free to make some call outs yourself, work together as a team there. But it's kind of the only time throughout the calendar year where we have this happen. But obviously, normally we'd have audio from 3 to 4 p.m. just pretty much every day. So obviously, I look forward to seeing all of our students here coming up, or most of them coming up in just a bit. Best of luck either way, folks, heading into the end of the day otherwise. 3:05 Eastern, Lewis, coming up in just about 15 minutes for class. Give me a sec here. There's the watch list. I'll pretty that up in just a bit. And then also just the link for class I did post just before. There it is once more. If you're a student, make sure to click that link right there. If you are on Telegram, well, you probably just got a little notification on your phone, actually, with the link. So I look forward to seeing all of us here in just a bit. Take care.